1 week after people. Around the world, mankind's leaders remain embalmed and entombed. For one great communist leader, the recipe for immortality was a botched job. Few dared to oppose China's premier, Mao Zedong, whose policies and execution orders are believed to have killed up to 70 million people. On September 9th, 1976, he died at the age of 82. Despite Mao's last wishes calling for his body to be cremated, officials debated over what to do with his corpse.
Initially, Mao's body lay in state for a couple of weeks before they started to preserve it.
In the 1970s, embalming was rare in China. So the scientists charged with preserving Mao's corpse for posterity had to first do some research.
One of the things that the scientists read was that if you embalm the body with a large amount of formaldehyde solution, it would preserve the body indefinitely, or so they thought. Specifically, 16 liters of fluid into the system. They went a little further and infused 22 liters of fluid into the system, which was a complete disaster.
The mistake caused bloating and extensive skin damage. But somehow, they were still able to create a presentable corpse that could be viewed for decades in a quartz sarcophagus in Tiananmen Square.
They bring the body up from the basement every day for a few hours, no more than 4 hours. Sometimes they don't bring the body up at all.
Will the secret of Mao's body finally be revealed in a life after people? "30 years after people." One great leader of mankind, Chinese Premier Mao Zedong, remains surprisingly intact in his quartz sarcophagus. With none of the environmental control systems operational, Mao's body should have long ago decomposed.
The Chinese really botched the job of infusing it formaldehyde, which is going to lead to problems later. No matter what they do, they've still created a huge problem from which they can't recover. Because the body has to deteriorate. There is no way that it won't deteriorate.
So why might this human form still be visible after all these years? Some believe the body isn't Mao at all.
One of the things they did was to create a wax figure of Mao. And the wax figure looked more like Mao Zedong than Mao's actual body. It looked exactly like him.
If this is the case, the body on display in Beijing is destined to crack and warp rather than decay.